Hello, it's Blue Orange 22. So this is a totally crazy situation going on in India right now. People sometimes ask, like, how come MRA say that feminism is killing people or that sexism against men is actually killing people? Well, this is an example of why. Right now, there's an Indian city that has a curfew where people are not allowed to leave their homes, but they are allowed to leave for a few hours every day to go and buy food. But men are not being allowed to go outside to buy food at all. Take a look. So this is the article which I've linked in the description below. As you can see, curfew in walled city area of Ahmedabad, Delhi for a week. Basically, they're doing a curfew. People are not allowed to leave their homes, but for 3 hours a day, people are allowed to leave to buy food. But it's only for women, as you can see. Only women will be allowed to step out for essentials during a daily relaxation of 3 hours between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. as per Ahmedabad Police Commissioner Amish Bahara. So men are not allowed to leave their homes to buy food. In order to ensure that people are not inconvenienced, the curfew will be relaxed from 3 hours daily from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., Rapuni said, adding that the curfew will be lifted only for women who want to buy essentials. Men will not be allowed. So first of all, why not? Like, why are men not being allowed out? Like, what is the point of that? What is the logic of not letting men outside to buy food? Like, how is a man supposed to survive if he's not allowed outside to buy food or medicine? Now, the logic and the argument that feminists give is that, oh, well, a man's girlfriend or wife can go out and buy his food. But what if a man is single? What if he lives alone? What if he doesn't have a female relative living in his household? How is he supposed to eat? How is he supposed to buy food? I mean, this is absolutely crazy. And this is something that I say a lot on this channel. It's a very common line you MRA say, but it's always true. Imagine if the genders were reversed. Imagine if only men were allowed to go outside to buy food or medicine. Just imagine what the headlines would be. Imagine what feminists are saying. But this is something that's actually happening to men right now. And you might think, well, this is only happening in India, which, first of all, I mean, why doesn't that matter? I mean, Indian men are human beings. They should matter like anybody else. Secondly, what if this spread to where you live? Let's say you're in the United States, or in Sweden, or in England, or in Japan, or in France, or in Angola, or in Brazil, or Mexico, anywhere in the world. What if this policy came to where you live now? How would that be for you? Imagine you were told that for the next week, or maybe even more, if it's extended, you can't go outside to buy food or medicine. You're not allowed to go outside your apartment for a whole week. Do you have enough food for that right now? Would you be starving, or would you be okay? I mean, just think about that. And this is actually happening. This is actually a law. So when people ask things like, how come we need a men's rights movement? This is the kind of issue that we're talking about. Do you think that feminists are talking about this and saying how unfair it is for men? The answer is they're not. And the last video I made was how men are being denied ICU care in the UK, being left to die. Once again, do you think feminists are talking about it? The answer is they're not.